If you'd prefer comfy sweats to Spanx, to all other plans, just say no thanks. Come snuggle up, grab a blankie, and then you'll be all ready for a girls' night in. Girls' night in.
Hello, Sunflower.
Hello, Queen Dancing Cree.
Well, I kind of feel like I should call you something like Poinsettia since it's Christmas time.
I know. What would that make you? Mrs. Claus? I don't know.
I don't know. Queen of the non-existent presents this year. That's
Queen
fine
of
with
the
me.
elves.
People keep asking me, like, how far are you into your Christmas process? I'm like, I'm done. And they're like, you're done? I'm like, yeah, because I never started.
Same. I literally got one present for Greg's parents, and those are the only people getting anything this year.
I love it because all I care about is seeing you.
Yep, same here, girl.
I know. Lou, 6 days.
I'm so excited.
I know. I'm excited too. And I am excited about going to get you, and I'm excited about our visiting and everything. It worked out great. This works out great.
Yeah,
I feel kind of guilty because it worked out so well.
Why do you feel guilty?
Well, because I didn't have to do any of the traveling, and I still get to have all the benefits of, now I get to have you all to myself. And, well, you know what I mean. As opposed to running all around different parts of Florida. So anyway,
Yeah.
It works out great for me. Okay, so here's the deal.
Mm-hmm.
We were supposed to, hello, Girls' Night In, friends.
Girls' night in.
It's been a hot second. And some of you know, if you listen to the bonus episodes, that Elena is now living in Orlando. What would you like to give us an update?
I would love to give you guys an update. I feel like I have been shady about what I'm doing because things were not final yet, but things are final now. And I can share with you guys that I, first of all, graduated with my master's degree from the University of Florida.
Woo! Kira
I'm a
Whitman Roberts
master.
missed that whole thing because she had the vid.
COVID, yep.
She had the vid, didn't get to see. I got to see it on the television, though. Thank God for modern technology.
I know. I did a little hi mom for her. If you guys don't, I'm sure everyone that listens also follows us on Instagram, so they probably all saw it. But I also got to announce after that I am returning to Disney.
Woohoo!
I'm so excited, y'all. Like, it's so funny because the last episode we kind of did it like I had to do it for a project for school, but also, you know, we wanted to talk about our Disney experiences, but in the podcast, I was waiting to hear back from this interview. And so I felt so shady being like, hopefully one day I can return to Disney. So I'm going to be doing marketing. I'm actually going to be a professional intern. So super excited. And I start January 15th.
It's amazing. I'm so incredibly proud of you, honey. Like I was watching the graduation on television, which of course, I think they said there was like 4,000 graduates. Did I have that right? Is that right?
I was not paying attention.
So I was listening. And as soon as it popped up on the screen, I just started sobbing. I'm so incredibly proud of you, honey. My heart could burst.
Thank you.
What a queen. And getting your master's while you're working full time and, you know, setting up a household and taking care of your puppies and moving and everything. And let's not forget, starting what is sure to become the most popular podcast of all time. All within that same span. You amaze me, and I'm so glad that you came out of me.
Oh my God, I'm so glad I came out of you too. I will say, like, I do attribute so much of where I've gotten to just you and Dad and the way you guys raised us of like, it was never a question of like, can I do this? Like whether it was a school we wanted to go to or a program we wanted to do, every time if there was something we were interested in, it was like, well, yeah, you're going to get it and we'll do everything in our power to support you to make sure you can do it. And I think there's just so much to be said about that. And the power of encouragement and support and what that can do.
Well, there you go, generational, right? Because that's what I got from my mom. And like we've always said, it's who you surround yourself with, right? So that's Aunt Julie and Aunt Lisa and Aunt Michaela and all those women and Aunt Beth that are like, you can do whatever you set your mind to. And, that extended family, and our actual family, Graham and Uncle Mark and everybody who's always been behind you 100% and just wants what's best for all the kids. And we just get a kick out of watching you guys go for it, I mean, it's just amazing. So anyway, Sue's super, super proud of you, Pumpkin. So in the midst of this, she and I had decided that for Christmas, our episode for Christmas, we were going to do Little Women. So, Elena, we decided we were going to watch 3 versions of Little Women. How many did you watch?
I watched one. One version. Can you guess which one I watched?
You watched the one that we love, which is the 94 version.
Yeah, Winona, Claire Danes.
That's exactly right, which is, I'm sorry, it's amazing.
The best one.
Now, we're going to talk about that briefly, but before you decide I don't like Little Women and we're going to toddle off, oh, no. This is our Christmas episode. We will be discussing Christmas movies, and I have some fun trivia questions to ask Elena, see if I can't stump her. And I also have some statistics, which is my favorite part of looking some stuff up. So don't say I don't like Little Women and turn us off, because this is not just about Little Women.
Yes, welcome to the Girls' Night in Christmas Spectacular.
Oh, I like that. The Christmas extravaganza. All right, so the three versions of Little Women that we were going to watch were the 1933, the 1994, and the 2000, I think it's 18 version. Is it 18 or 19?
I don't know. And I do like that.
Oh, it's
one.
19.
I do like the new one, but like nothing tops the 90s one. Like
I'm sorry.
The way I sobbed rewatching it a couple weeks ago. Now I was on my period, but
listen, what Claire Danes, in my opinion, is by far the best Beth.
Oh.
And her death scene gets me every time. I just can't. She did such an amazing performance in that scene. And that when she says something to the effect of, I'm ready to go, but I know that I'll miss you even from heaven. I'm like,
and when she's saying like, all of y'all have always been like gone ahead of me. And she's like, now I get to be the one that goes ahead. Stop.
Now seriously, that is exactly what this
but
time I'm the one going ahead.
You know what part is the worst is after she dies and Hannah is like sprinkling rose petals on her bed and on her piano and on the dolls.
You know what I love? Oh, I'm going to start crying.
I'm literally sobbing.
The other thing that I love in this version, and it's actually in all 3, is the first time that Beth gets sick. Well, I don't even know that they show it in 2019 version, but the first time that Beth gets sick, Marmee is the one that cures her, not the doctor. And I thought that was such a neat moment, like in the 94 version where they're like, the doctor said, I think you should send for her mom. And the girls are all like, she needs her mother to feel better. But then she actually is the one that comes right in and says, get me towels. We've got to draw the fever down from her head. And like, she knew how to take care of her baby. And I love that. And for a long time, Lou, I thought I wanted to be called Marmee as a grandmother. I'm still messing around with that.
You know who else wants to be called that?
Who?
I just found out Angela Way wants to be Marmee so bad.
Angela Way is Marmee.
Yeah.
Come on. There's this woman that we know who is an absolutely fantastic mother, like the quintessential mom. She definitely could be Marmee. Yeah, absolutely. I'm not a Marmee, let's be honest. I'm just not a Marmee. I'm a Yaya.
You're too loud to be a Marmee. I'm so
too
sorry.
loud to be Listen, but going back to Marmies, I do not care. I'm sorry to say it, but I do not care for Laura Dern as Marmee.
Is that the 2019 one?
I thought that was poor casting, and this is why. And this is going to sound so, like, completely irrational. She's too tall.
I honestly don't even remember her performance because I haven't seen it in like a year or two.
Like, to me, Susan Sarandon played the Marmee, the one that you would want to have as your mom. Even the lady you know what's funny about the 1933 version, since you didn't watch it? What's really funny about it is that they have these actresses in such makeup.
It's like a play.
Which completely goes against the time,
Right.
the era of it, which is kind of funny.
Yeah, because the other two, the girls don't have a lick of makeup on for any of
Right.
it. Even like their weddings, they're not wearing anything.
And Kirsten Dunst, I thought, was the best Amy. I also enjoyed the transition into the older Amy. I thought they did a beautiful job of transitioning. That doesn't happen in the other two versions.
It's such a stark jump where you're just like, this is supposed to be like 4 years in the future, and it feels like 20.
Yeah. And anyway, I just thought, and I just rewatched Mona Lisa Smile this morning with Kirsten Dunst.
I need to rewatch that.
I appreciate her acting. I really do.
I love when she's smacking her friend and her friend just hugs her in Mona Lisa Smile.
Oh
Isn't that
my
her?
gosh. Listen, Maggie Gyllenhaal does yes, that's her. If you guys haven't seen Mona Lisa Smile, it's Julia Roberts, and she gives a good performance, but Maggie Gyllenhaal and Kirsten Dunst, and who's the other girl?
It's the girl with the big hair that she's hitting, the girl that's kind of a little more wild.
Oh, no. Yeah, Maggie. That's Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Oh, is that Maggie?
That was an amazing performance. Anyway, got to see that movie. But Little Women, it is on the list of most popular Christmas movies, 100 most popular Christmas movies. The 2019 and 94 version are both in the list of top 100.
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
So before we decided we were going to do this Christmas spectacular, where we originally were going to do Little Women, and then we weren't sure if we were going to be able to do it, Sleepover Cinema, for their Christmas episode, put out the 1994 Little Women.
They did not.
And I haven't listened to it because it was going to be too hard for me to listen to, because I was sad because I thought we weren't going to be doing ours.
You know what? We love them. We love Sleepover Cinema.
Yeah.
So kudos to them. Hey, listen, clearly we were on to something. So I think that that's a win-win for us.
And now I can listen to it because I'm happy because we're still doing an episode. So.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So anyway, if you haven't seen the 94 version and you've only seen the 2019 version of Little Women, we highly suggest you go back and watch the 94 Winona Ryder. The relationship is better, I think, with Laurie and Winona in that movie than it is with the 2019 version. I will say there was this one scene, and I want to tell you, it was the 2019 version where they actually showed you how they made the book, how they printed off the book in those days. Mm-hmm. And I was so enthralled with that process. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
To typeset every word, to print off every copy, how they bound the book. They show that in a montage, and I thought that was just amazing.
Yeah.
It really made you appreciate what they used to have to go to before computers.
It's crazy. Oh, well, and when Amy burns the manuscript, I mean, even just not having a digital copy, the devastation of all your work.
Devastation, man. Please. Anyway, okay, so anything else you want to say about Little Women there, cutie?
I love it. And I still think that Joe and Laurie should have been together. They either should have both been gay or they should have been together. I hate that he ends up with Amy, and I hate that she ends up with a random professor. But
I
that's
do
neither
too.
here nor there.
I do too. I've got but you know what? It's in a way it is Jane Austen-esque.
Really?
And well, like what I'm thinking about in particular is Sense and Sensibility, and how she ends up. The middle sister ends up with not her number one choice.
Yeah.
But I do think, at one point in the 94 version, or they say it in all three, where she's like, we would kill each other. We'd fight all the time and it just wouldn't work out. Mm-hmm. And
they're too similar.
And they're not equally matched from a standpoint of, he's a little frivolous and she is not at all. Mm-hmm. And Amy is frivolous.
Yeah.
Do you know, like, to their value systems are just skewed enough that they would, I don't know that compatibility would have worked.
Right.
Anyway.
I get that.
Y'all watch the movie. All right, Elena.
Yes.
I'm going to ask you some questions. First off, I think everyone would want to know, Elena Eileen, are you a Hallmark Christmas movie girl?
I am, but not like a serious watch. Like, I'll put it on. I'm going to be real honest with y'all. That last week of work before the holiday is couch time. I usually don't allow myself to work from the couch, but the last week before Christmas, I do. So it's something where, like, I'll have it on the background if I'm working or knitting or something like that, but I'm not going to, like, sit there and, like, focus on it.
I get that. I totally get that. Your grandmother, as you know, was a Hallmark Christmas movie, and so is Nani, your other grandmother. And I find them cringeworthy.
Yeah, 100%.
100%. I just can't with the acting. And Netflix just came out with one that I guess was based on a book called Noelle's Diary. Do I have that right?
I haven't seen that. I just watched Something from Tiffany's, which is a new, like, Hallmarky Christmas movie, but it's a Reese Witherspoon production. So the production was really good, but the acting and the story was so Hallmark. But I loved it, even though it was, like, so Cheesetown, USA.
It's called the Noelle Diary, and it's got the really cutie patootie from This Is Us.
Which one? Kevin or Justin Hartley?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's predictable, and I find that annoying. And all those Hallmark movies what it reminds me of is when we used to watch The Love Boat. So we'd watch The Love Boat and we'd go, okay, the first 15 minutes is when they tell you who's boarding the ship. The second 15 minutes is people falling in love. The third 15 minutes is there's some serious problem in every relationship, and the last 15 minutes they get back together and deboard. And you could do the same thing with the Hallmark movies, right? That's why it's so funny. But anyway, I just wanted to know if you enjoyed those.
They're a good filler if, like, you're waiting to watch the good Christmas movies when you're with your family, but you just want to put something on seasonal. It's a good filler. That is
such a good point. I love that.
Yeah.
You want to watch something Christmassy, but you don't want to watch any of your traditional movies with. Okay, so then that leads to my follow-up question. Mm-hmm. What are your must-sees every season Christmas movies?
Okay. White Christmas. Mm-hmm. However, I can watch White Christmas at any time of year.
Okay.
Christmas with the Cranks is actually, like, you know how, like, you say you have a favorite movie, but then your real favorite movie is something else?
What is it? What is
like
that?
On French?
Wait. What is it? Dangerous Liaison? No. What is it? And then they go Weekend at Bernie's.
Weekend at Bernie's. I think Dangerous Liaison sounds right.
Okay. But anyway,
I want to be like White Christmas, and I do love White Christmas, but I think realistically, truly in my heart, Christmas with the Cranks is my favorite Christmas movie because it was my life one year.
Yes.
Basically. And so
being on the mission trip.
Yeah. So
Except for you didn't get to surprise me for Christmas.
I know,
You didn't-
sad.
You didn't get to come home.
Yeah.
But you did get a surprise box in the mail.
I did. Oh my gosh, I can't even, y'all. When I was a missionary, real quick, they didn't tell us that they reached out to our families to send us like Christmas packages before we left America. So then once we were in Thailand, Christmas morning, my leader was like, "Oh, one last surprise, you guys." And we all had Christmas gifts like from our family. And the way I didn't even open it for like 10 minutes, I sat there sobbing. And then the little girl of the people we were staying with just like started opening it for me and like playing with my stuff because she was like, "La la la, you're not going to open your present." But that's like probably the most emotional I've ever been over a gift ever.
Well, listen, I should have known something was coming this year. I really should have, because last year was such an amazing Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Was that your favorite Christmas of all time? What was your favorite Christmas?
That was definitely my favorite adult Christmas. Like 18 and up, probably even like 16 and up. That was the best grown-up Christmas we've all had, probably.
What was your favorite little kid Christmas?
I don't know, because like they all blend together, you know? I do really remember the one in the Sawyer Drive house fairly well. I remember I got like Hillary Duff Most Wanted. And that was a big deal. I don't know. Do you have a favorite from like your childhood being a mom and then like adult kids?
Oh, that's such a good one. My favorite when I was young, actually, I'm going to just tell you that all of them were my favorite. We had such a cool setup. We would go to Christmas Eve Mass. We would leave from there and we opened all of our gifts Christmas Eve at my aunt's house. And so I had 3 cousins and then my brother. So there were 5 kids and then the 6 adults. And my grandparents, my mom and dad, my aunt, my uncle. And so there were massive amounts of gifts under this tree because it was everybody's presents. And it took hours. And I just loved that. And then the next day we would go from house to house and eat and play games. And those were magical memories. Then when you guys were little, my favorite was the year that, probably the year Miles was 2. And I have a lot of good memories from each little Christmas. Like I love the one that Grandma gave you Bitty Baby from American Girl. And all those videos of you with Grandma, like those and sweet little Alex wanting to open everybody's presents. And Miles was just that kid that saw wonder in everything. And so watching Christmas through his eyes was so fun, you know. I was in the zone when you guys were little. I really was. But and then adult was last year. It was just amazing. I had all 5 of my kids, you know, Miles and Haley and Alex and you and Greg and your dad and I, and we had all gotten little gifts for everybody, but they were all meaningful. And I remember sitting there going, we're not going to be able to top this. And
maybe when we all have
sure
kids.
enough, and then you moved. And so, yeah. So anyway,
Excuse me.
It's a gift.
Miles and Haley moved too, not just me.
Yes, I know, but you didn't have to go too. I know. I don't like it. I don't like that my babies are all spread out now. That doesn't work for me. We're going to have to do something about that. But anyway, so let me see. And I'm going to come back around and have another question for you. But first off, I would like to see if you could tell me, just based on money, okay, highest grossing. You and I talked yesterday. I don't want to lie to our listeners. We know that the highest grossing Christmas movie of all time is?
The Grinch.
Yep. The 2018. Who made it, honey?
Illumination, the people that do Minions.
Yes. That's the highest grossing movie of all time. Now, I want to see if you could guess the next 4, which would give you the top 5. Okay.
Oh my God.
Now,
okay.
do you want hints?
I may ask for like date ranges because you would think it'd be like the
Oh, that's
classics.
smart.
Because yesterday when we were playing this, because I was pissed off and my mom was cheering me up, I thought I said the Grinch, but I was thinking the 50s Grinch because I was assuming it's been around for so long that was why. But no, it's the new Grinch. So now I feel like I have no idea. It could be anything.
Well, this is strictly from a money standpoint, but
Okay.
number 2 and number 3 are an original and a sequel. And it's 1990 and 1992.
Okay. Is it the 92 or one of those the 90s Miracle on 34th Street?
It is not. And it's not a remake. It's
Okay.
it's an
Sequel.
original and a sequel.
Well, the only sequel I can think of is the Santa Claus 2, but that was in the 2000s.
Right, it's not that.
Okay, but they're both 90s. Is one of them the
Yes.
first Santa Claus?
No.
Okay. Home Alone.
Yes.
Okay.
Home Alone is number 2. Home Alone 2 is number 3.
Oh, so both Home Alones.
Right. So it goes
Oh.
Grinch, Home Alone 2. Now, number 4 and number 5.
Can I get dates for those?
2000 is number 4 and 2009 is number 5. And I don't know that you're going to guess them. One of them is Jim Carrey.
Ew, the
Yep.
live action Grinch. I hate that movie.
I do too.
And one of them, so that was 2000, and so then 2009.
Is a remake of a classic.
Hold on, let me think for a second.
And it's another Jim Carrey.
Christmas Carol.
Yep. Isn't that crazy? So
Why
it goes.
is that?
I don't know, honey. I really don't know. All
People
right, number
do
6.
love the Grinch. People love that live action Grinch, and I'm like, y'all nasty.
I can't
I'm
watch
sorry.
it. I can't.
It makes me want to throw up, like the Dutch
I'm the same way.
angles.
You know how I can't watch that stuff. I cannot watch weird.
Which sucks because I love what's her face from Mamma Mia.
Who?
That the girl from Mamma Mia, the dancer.
Oh, honey. Oh, come on.
She also was in Eloise the other night that I watched. I watched Eloise at Christmas.
Oh
time.
gosh, I can't think of her name. Christine Baranski.
I think so.
Christine Baranski
She's got the
Is it-
nose.
is in How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
She's like the lady he's in love with.
Oh, that can't be right.
Hold on. I'm about to look it up right now because it's going to bother me. Grinch. What is her name? Da, da, da. 2000.
Yes, it is. Yes,
That
it
is her?
is. You're right.
Christine Baranski, yeah.
Yeah, Christine Baranski, who I adore, but no, I can't watch it. I can't watch it.
Someone
All right,
I know. Wait, so sorry, one last point. Someone I know
Yeah.
said that their sexual awakening was her because there's this one scene where her boobs are out and she's like using like a machine gun to put like Christmas lights on her house. And so her boobs are like shaking around. Someone we know said that was their sexual awakening.
Later on, you're going to tell me who that was. Don't tell me now.
You don't know
Okay,
them.
so
I'll
we're
tell
just
you.
going to do 6 through 10 now, and then I'll give you some more stats. But all right, 6 through 10. Number 6 is a 2004, so it would have been your generational, and it's animated.
2004?
Mm-hmm.
Animated. I don't know. What's animated?
Tom Hanks.
Oh, Polar Express.
Yep, Polar Express. Number 7 is one of our very favorites, and Miles likes it too.
Love Actually.
Yes. Number 8, I went through the candy cane forest.
Elf. Which
Number
we saw
9.
in theaters.
Number 9, I'm going to give you a reference. Let's see if you can get it.
Okay.
Let me see here. I'm trying to think of a one-liner. A scoodly-doo.
Oh, wait, I know
tweedledee.
that. What is that? A scootily too. Oh, the holiday. The holiday.
The holiday, good girl. And number 10, you already mentioned earlier, and Nani has the VHS.
Miracle on 34th Street, the 90s version.
Nope.
She does have she had the VHS.
She
for that.
does, yep, but this is a different one. And we have, I think, 2 copies on VHS. Somehow. I don't know how that happened.
But like Jack Frost? I don't know. What did we have on VHS?
1994.
Santa Claus.
The Santa Claus. That's right, baby.
You want to
So those
know
are your top 10s grossing.
the most obscure Christmas movie that like no one ever knows, but I saw it come across on my TikTok and sent it to Mom? Annabelle's Wish.
Oh, you guys. Okay, listen. Elena and the kids, Lou would have been like a baby. And I was up early on Christmas morning, and I had gotten it for the kids, or it was on the TV, and I was by myself sobbing like a baby watching that movie. If you guys have not seen it, it is so cheesy and it's beautiful. You have to watch it.
Isn't it made by like the Make-A-Wish Foundation? I'm pretty sure they made it.
Listen, oh my Lord, I think they did.
Because there was a commercial at the beginning of it with like a Make-A-Wish commercial.
I can't even. The whole premise behind it is that the animals can speak only on Christmas Eve, because that's what I'm going to cry, because that's the gift.
I'm crying.
That's the gift that Santa. That's the gift that Santa gives the animals. And Annabelle is a cow, and long story short, she saves a little boy by giving up her voice forever. You have to watch it. It oh my gosh, the animation's horrible. It is absolutely a fantastic movie. You have to see
Jodie
it.
Benson is in it. Our girl.
Oh my God. Who is that?
Jodie Benson. She does the voice of Ariel.
Oh, I'm sorry. Don't talk to me that way, Missy.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. Anyway, all right. So we'll come back to these later, but here's now let's talk about popularity. We're not talking about money. We're talking about popularity. So this is from Forbes magazine. And it's a company does this analyzing from different streaming services of what is the most watched. Okay. This list is different. Okay. It's different than the highest grossing. What is the number one most watched movie?
At Christmas time, you mean?
Yep.
Elf.
Nope. You want a hint? Let's
yeah.
give hints, because then people can guess, okay?
I know, because they don't want to listen to me going,
Okay, so it's the Jelly of the Month Club.
Christmas Vacation.
Christmas Vacation's number 1. Number 2 is Home Alone.
Okay.
Number 3 is Elf.
Not surprised.
Number 4 is, all right, Lou, Flip the Tube.
Four Christmases.
4 Christmases is number 4.
So
number
good.
5 is You'll Shoot Your Eye Out, Kid.
Christmas Story. A Christmas
Okay.
Story.
Number 6 is something, it's from Netflix this year, called Falling for Christmas.
Never heard of it.
I do think that that's the new Lindsay Lohan one.
Ooh, maybe I do want to watch it. She's coming back, and I'm here for it.
You are?
Yes, I love her. I will always be here for my girls that have, taken a different path but want to come
Yes.
back and clean up their act. I'm here for them. I love them.
I get you. And I did start to watch it, and it was very Hallmarky, so I was like, I don't know that I can do it. Number 7 is the Noel Diary. Oh, this information is from this year.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. So a lot of it's probably going to be like new stuff.
Yes, but number 8 is Yippee-Ki-Yay.
Die Hard.
Which brings up the question, Elena, do you consider Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And have we been known to watch it at Christmas?
Absolutely.
Yes, we when our kids were adults, we would have them sleep upstairs in our little extra room off of our bedroom the night before Christmas, so Santa could come as adults, and that's
You don't
what we would
believe.
watch.
If you don't believe, you don't receive.
You don't believe, you don't receive. So that's the rule in our house. And so for years we watched A Christmas Story, and then as the kids got older, we switched over to Die Hard. It's questionable parenting choices right here.
So good.
Okay. So Lou, I'm going to ask you some trivia questions.
Okay.
All right. Are you ready? Mm-hmm. Okay. Now I'm gonna skip around because not all of them. Do you want hard? Do you want easy?
Can I have a mix of hard and easy?
You can definitely have a mix.
Okay.
What is the full name, or what is the name? You can just give me part of the name of George Bailey's guardian angel in A Wonderful Life.
Oh my God. I don't know. Like I want to say everyone's name is Cornelius.
So close. It's Clarence.
Clarence.
Let's see here. That's too hard. What year? Let's see. Did the where was that? I'm sorry. Where did it go? No, I'm gonna have to switch that up. Okay, I'm gonna give you a quote.
Okay.
And see if you can figure out who it is. Faith is believing in things when common sense tells you not to.
I thought you gave me this one last night.
Uh-oh, did I?
Wasn't this one Polar Express?
It's not.
Oh, but we definitely went over this last night.
Uh-oh.
Well, I don't remember it.
Miracle on 34th Street.
Yep. See, and I got it wrong last night, too.
What Christmas song has appeared in the most movies according to IMDb credits?
I'm just going to guess Jingle Bells.
You are right!
It's generic, you know.
What is up with you? Oh, did you ever see Meet Me in St. Louis?
I have wanted to watch it, and I know Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas is from that movie.
Is it? Oh my
Judy
goodness, I didn't
Garland.
even know that.
Yep.
What song does Jovi sing in Elf in order to increase Christmas spirit and ultimately save Santa?
You better watch out. You better not cry. Santa Claus is coming.
Good job. That's right. To town. Do you remember watching Elf for the first time?
We saw it in the movie theater.
Did we really?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah, we saw it in the movie theater. And I was so confused. I was like, isn't this a grown-up movie? Because I guess I must have recognized Will Ferrell from SNL. And I was like,
oh.
It wasn't computing that it was a kid's movie at first. I mean, obviously, after a little bit, it clicked, but yeah.
In Elf, what is considered the first rule of the Code of Elves?
Treat every day like Christmas.
I can't believe you got that.
I just watched it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I watched it the morning that Dad left. I was sad, so I watched it.
Okay, so what Christmas movie would you say you've seen the most?
Four Christmases.
I know. Okay, well, here's one for that. All right, ready?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
All right, in the 2008 movie Four Christmases, which, by the way, we're going to talk about that for just a second.
Okay.
Before I ask you the question, listen, people, Four Christmases...
I feel like Four Christmases is the other woman. Like, it's your, go-to guilty pleasure.
It so is. First off, Vince Vaughn, I have a massive crush on Vince Vaughn. He... okay, just pure transparency for our people out there. It's his stature. I love how big he is because then I get to feel small and petite. Mm-hmm. And just that, I'm just like, ooh. Like at one point in the movie, Mary Steenburgen's hugging him and she's like, oh, it's like a tree. And I'm like, yes, that's exactly right, you mighty oak. Get in here and give me a hug.
Gosh, girl.
I love that movie for so many reasons. First off, we love Reese Witherspoon.
And Kristen Chenoweth's in it.
Kristen Chenoweth's in it.
I love her.
Oh my gosh, Elena, I was just thinking she reminded me of somebody in that movie, and I wanted to tell you about who she reminded me of. Crud. I'm not going to be able to think of it now. I'm going to think
come back to you
it's going to come
in like the middle of the night.
Yep, it is. But there's so many nuances in this movie. If you've not seen, you've got to watch it. Everyone who knows me has already watched it because I make them. Mm-hmm. So funny. It is so funny. Just the scene of them playing Taboo alone.
So
I would watch that. Sissy Spacek plays Vince Vaughn's mom, and she has married one of his high school best friends. It's disturbing. And they're playing it's disturbing. And they're playing this game of Taboo, and it's, oh my gosh, it's just so great. Anyway, in the 2008 movie Four Christmases, starring Reese Witherspoon and Vince Vaughn, where does the main couple get trapped during their travels?
Where did they get trapped?
Yeah, where were they trying to leave from?
San Francisco.
They're good. Yes. Mm-hmm. I don't know the answer to this one. In the original How the Grinch Stole Christmas, which they call the original 2000.
What?
Whatever. The original was made for television.
Yeah.
It was in the 70s or something.
Yeah.
What gift does Cindy Lou Who give Max?
A bone?
She doesn't. I did not know this answer. That's clever. She gave him a plate of green eggs and ham.
Oh, I did not notice that.
That's really funny. Lou, what about Muppet Christmas Carol? How do you feel about that?
I love it. Do you not like it?
I haven't seen it in years, but they did a follow-up Christmas movie that had Joan Cusack in it, and I love that movie. Mm-hmm. I can't think of what the name of it is right now, but anyway.
It's her and not Pepe Le Pew. What's his name?
Oh my gosh, the shrimp.
Isn't his name still Pepe?
Oh.
God, what's his name? And they like have a little romance.
Oh my gosh. It's a Very Merry Muppet Christmas Movie. And let's see. We're going to find out his name. Oh my gosh, because he has a thing for Joan Cusack. It is Pepe the prawn.
The king prawn.
The king prawn. Oh my gosh, it's so worth watching. All right, Lou, I need to know your favorite Christmas gift of all time.
Oh my God.
And you can only choose one.
Wait, I don't even remember what I got last year, but I feel like I got something good last year. Oh, wait. Oh, I know mine. It's
What's yours?
My grandma blanket.
Oh, Lou, tell them what it is.
It is a quilt of all my grandma's clothes, but like the most iconic. Like I have on here, I have like her Christmas turtleneck she used to wear with like snowmen on it. And then my favorite is she used to wear this Christmas vest, and on it had like on it had presents that actually would like, it had a button on it, and it was like you could open the present up. So on the blanket, I have one of those where like on the blanket I can unbutton the thing and like open the present and stuff. So, and then my mom got one for, well, she's supposed to have one for herself, and then Uncle Marky.
Not yet.
Uncle Marky and my great aunt. And we all have like a different centerpiece, and mine is my grandma's Disney shirt. Uncle Marky has her Virginia Tech shirt, and then what does Graham have on hers?
Graham has, I think it's from 96, from where Aunt Lynn lives, and it's a star. It's a star extravaganza or the Star Parade or something like that.
Okay,
that we were together when we bought that. Yeah, my dear friend Elena made those for us, and is just very talented. So I highly recommend, if you have a loved one that passes away and to save clothing when you're going through their things and have it made into a quilt. It's very comforting.
Yeah, it really is.
Yep. It's so nice to have that.
What is
that as a memento.
What is your favorite Christmas gift?
I have a lot. One of the most thoughtful gifts that I've ever received. Last year, Miles's girlfriend Haley, I'm gonna cry. Painted by hand, painted a picture of my mom and I from my wedding, and I just was in awe of the fact that she did that for me. That was so thoughtful and just absolutely beautiful and so talented. And I just didn't ever think that was even something I would ever receive. And it was just beautiful. I was overwhelmed by that gift is a good way to put it.
I don't think I've ever seen you more emotional in my life, outside of probably when Grandma passed.
Yeah, I just was blown away by that gift. I think when your dad gave me my anniversary band, that from him, that was the most thoughtful gift, because, it's interesting, Lou, when the book, the love languages, right? The 5 love languages. And some of you may be familiar with that. It's like sometimes we give people the love the way that we want to receive it instead of the way that they need to receive love. And, people are like, well, what's your love language? And mine changes depending on the person, which is, I guess, a little sick and twisted. But for your father, so. It's material goods, which it's not for any other person. But the reason
Receiving or giving?
Receiving from him, because your father is, I do not call him, he's not cheap, but he's very discerning in what he spends his money on. And the fact that was really a frivolous thing to spend so much money on meant so much to me that he did that. Because it went against his nature, but he did it for me.
Right.
And so that was a lovely gift, a lovely surprise. When I was a kid, I will say my favorite Christmas gift when I was a kid, I have a very vivid memory of my father bought Uncle Marky and I a toy chest that looked like a train, and you could play in it like it was a train. And I don't know why that stands out for me. I think, again, because my father it was same as your dad in a lot of men in some respects, where they only spend money on what they want to spend money on. But that was so purely for Mark and I. So, there was no interest in it at all from him except for to see us be happy. And so that meant a lot to me.
Yeah.
Is there something from when you were a little kid that stands out?
Oh my gosh. I just feel like I'm not a gift getter. Like, I always feel so loved and grateful, but I'm such a quality time person, and I feel like that sounds like I'm being so stuck up, and I don't mean it like that. I just truly don't care about presents, but also I'm sure I did more when I was a kid. I feel like it gets clearer the older you get. Like, I feel like I'm too close to that time that it's so blurry.
Yeah.
But I feel like when I'm
that.
A little older, it'll be more clear. But, and also, like, we grew up in the age of technology. So, like, I love your story about the train toy chest, because that's like an actual toy. Whereas, like, our greedy little asses growing up were like, I want a phone. I want a laptop, So I'm trying to think of, like, actual toys. I mean, I remember when I got my Furby, is that what they're called?
Yeah.
That was exciting, except I later became terrified of it, because even with the batteries out, it still talked, which that happened to a lot of people I've seen.
Weird.
It's like a thing. Yeah, I don't know. I got an Easy Bake Oven one year, I think, that I melted the handle. Did. I melted the handle in my oven, which that also happened to a lot of people. Anything like American Girl, like, I probably would say, like, that I can remember, probably my Bitty Baby is, like, the best toy. Because she was with me for many, many years.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Yeah.
Okay, so just a couple of standard questions. Are you a colored light or a white light girl?
I have always wanted colored lights, and everyone I've been with has told me no. As far as like growing up, we never had it, and then I wanted it this year, and Greg said no. And I'm just like, why do people? I'm like, why do people hate colored lights? Like, I want colored lights. It looks like candy.
I love colored lights. You know that. That was an acquiesce. Oh my gosh, Elena, that's so funny because right now I am remembering that. Oh my gosh, I wonder if your dad remembers this. I wish he was up here. He's not up here. We compromised. I wanted a 4-poster bed, and your dad said I could have it if I gave up the colored lights, and we had white lights on the Christmas tree.
Why did he care that much?
Because that's what he was raised with, and I was raised with big, fat colored lights, and that's what I wanted.
Yeah.
But I wanted the 4-poster bed more. Isn't that funny?
That's hilarious. I feel like to me, the colored lights scream like old-timey Christmas, and I'm curious if you feel this way. I would way rather have like cheesy old-timey Christmas than like trendy all-white Christmas.
100% agree. 100% agree. Okay, now here's another thing. What is anything that you have to eat that to you is like, if I don't have this at Christmas time, it's not going to feel like it was really Christmas? Any sweet treat or anything like that that you're like, that to me is Christmas?
I'm not super, I feel like I would more so associate that with Thanksgiving, which for me would be green bean casserole.
Okay.
I mean, you make your Christmas breakfast casserole and sticky buns every year. So, I mean, that screams Christmas to me.
Gotcha.
But also, like, I
gotcha.
don't need to have it because I don't really care about.
I
just
gotcha.
care. You know what I care about? My Christmas priorities are movies, music, and decorations.
Okay. Oh, I like the way that you said that.
Yeah.
Your Christmas priorities. I like that.
What are yours?
Yeah.
Like, is it food? Is it presents? Is it people?
It is it's quality time. Movies, music, decorations, and games.
Ooh, good answer with the games.
Gotta have the games. And I will say, a couple Christmases ago, I don't think it was last Christmas, or maybe it was, Luke came over, maybe Luke and Jess and the boys, and we sat around and played the question game. And to me, that is like the pinnacle of, yes, this is family time. This is where memories are made. You know, this is really getting to know the people that you love. Isn't it interesting that people that we love so much, we sometimes know very little about?
Yeah, very true.
And so I really like, Mark and Beverly got us this game from Sweden. I highly recommend it. It's a little box of cards called Hygge. I think that's how you pronounce it. Hygge, I think is how it's spelled. And it's conversation starters, but they're in depth. And to me, that little box has been such an amazing gift because we take it with us everywhere and just get to know the people that you love so much on a deeper level.
Yeah, and we both are big Christmas ornaments girls. Like Mom, anywhere you go, you're like, I don't care what we do, but we have to get a Christmas ornament. Like that's always your one thing.
That's my souvenir. That's how I remember. And I get the biggest kick out of decorating my tree. And, you know, like all the ones from Duck when we went on the big beach vacations with the Stefankos and the Edmonds, and all the ones from Aunt Julie, and the ones that Julie and I, here's a quick Disney story. Jules and I, when we were working at Disney together, one day she was off, but I had to work, and we had decided that we had no Christmas tree ornaments because we were both newly married. So we had gone to Michael's and bought ceramic ones that you could paint. And we were painting the Christmas tree ornaments, and I had to go to work. And it was one of the only times in my entire life I've ever lied to a boss. And I called and said that I had a flat tire so that I could go in late because we were having such a good time painting these Christmas tree ornaments that I still have. Amazing. And I think that that's one of those reasons why I love them, Christmas tree ornaments, so much.
Yeah.
That to collect them is the memories that are attached to them.
Same.
Well, Lou, I have loved spending this time with you. Oh my gosh. Elena, Eileen, I had an idea.
Yes.
I had an idea. And I think you're going to like it.
Okay.
Okay. So Elena's coming home next week.
Yes.
Right, baby?
28th through the 2nd, baby.
And we have decided that we're going to record a episode while she's home. So that, well, first off, we'll be together, but we could also do video.
Right,
which we haven't been able to do. But I think, and I'm pretty sure, I'm looking now to see if we'll be able to watch it. I think we should do the new Whitney Houston movie.
When is it coming out?
It's the biography. It's called I Want to Dance with Somebody.
I know, girl. When is it coming out?
I am looking right now.
I'm so excited.
But don't you think that would be fun?
Yes. We also need to do The Bodyguard at some point.
Oh, Lou.
So good.
Let's see here. It comes out in 2 days. So
Okay.
Lou, we could go to the theater, we'll see it, and we'll give you guys our review. What do you think of that, Lou?
I love it. Let's do it.
Love that idea. That's what we're going to do. Honey, I miss you and I love you, and I think you're amazing.
And I miss you and I love you and so excited to see you.
I will see you next week, but I will talk to you over the weekend for Christmas.
Yes, we will FaceTime. Well, we
All
got
right,
to say
baby.
Merry Christmas to our listeners.
Merry Christmas to everybody out there, and thank you for sticking with us through these transition times.
Yes.
2023, because Elena is now graduated.
Woohoo.
January may be a little bit of a hump as she gets adjusted into her new role at Disney, but we're going to try and be a little bit more consistent.
Yeah, we know that it's been a bumpy fall just with everything changing. But like she said, especially with me no longer having school, we want to get back on the train and be consistent because we miss you guys. We love you guys.
And we wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas
and a
happy
Hanukkah and Kwanzaa and
Festivus for the rest of us.
Whatever you celebrate.
All right, baby. I love you.
Love you.
Girls Night.